Number two is associated with the moon. Number two people are very creative and they have those traits in them where, they get a chance to show their art to people. So you usually get to see people in the artistic field or maybe the film world. Like examples like Amitabh Bachchan, he's a number 11, so he comes to a number two. And Shah Rukh Khan, he's also a number two, being very well placed in their profession. I'm back with again my numbers. Today we're going to be talking about number two. Number two is a number where anybody whose birth date of any month is on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, or the 29th. Anybody whose birth date falls on these days, they are supposedly number twos. Number two is associated with the moon. Now, moon is considered like a complementary planet to the sun. We've seen also that, like the moon and the sun, they play a very important role in our lives. When the sun is giving us light throughout the day, then at night the moon is playing its role and complementing the sun. Now, number two, if you see it as per Roman language, if you see in the Roman language, number two is written like two ones. So that means that it is a supporting number with the sun, with number one. So they do have a connect with each other. And people who have the traits of number two are the people who initiate whatever after number one takes the initiative of doing something, then number two takes over. And number two is also connected with our subconscious mind and our emotions. People who all come under number two are very, very emotional, very emotional. They're more sensitive towards themselves or towards life because of being that number. And they have a lot of mood swings in them because you've seen the moon, like every day the moon is not the same. The moon keeps changing its course every day. Like we've heard of high tide, low tide, and we talk about certain days when then there's full moon. So the number two is never consistent. So that is why number two people, when they are in any state of mind, you never know when they are in a happy state, or suddenly they'll go into their shell, or suddenly they'll go into a low state. Because the number takes over. I mean, it's that number that is playing a role in their lives. It's not they themselves who wish to do this, but they tend to have different sides to them because of the numbers fluctuation. Number two people are very creative. They have a skill to do the capability they have in them of creativity and doing things which are unusual. That is very often seen in a number two. But the problem comes in a number two is that when the time comes to execute whatever they have created, whatever they have done, which is and beautifully placed or beautifully could be put across, they procrastinate. They go somehow or the other. They do not execute that work. They put it on a back burner, and they feel that it'll be done later, which I think goes against them at times. And As I said, they're very creative, so they have a very strong. Most number two people you'll see have a very strong hold on music, art, of course, but music is a very big part in their lives. Either they'll be very good singers, they'll be in this profession, or uh, they will be very good at playing instruments. So, this is a very good quality that number two has in them. Number two people are very likable people. Like they have that trait in them that people, if they go into a gathering or they go to meet people, anybody that comes to their house or they go there, they're very welcoming and very likable people. I mean, people love their company. They're very happy-go-lucky people, very sweet temperamented. And there's a lovely thing about them that you must have seen that the moon is always considered a very beautiful looking planet, and anybody's beauty is compared. If anybody's beautiful, if any woman is beautiful, or anything that is beautiful, it is compared with the moon. So, in the same way, number two people are usually compared to the moon because they are very good looking. I think around 70 to 80% people which come under number two are very good looking people, and they have an aura, they are soft, so they know how to make their place wherever they go because of their temperament being soft and smiling. So they come across as very warm. As I said, they're very likable people. They're humble, always ready to help people around them. Their sense of humor is very good. They're very humorous. They like to keep the environment very light. And they have those pleasing personalities where they are always ready to help people if anybody is in need. As I said in the beginning, that it's complementing the sun. So, in the same fashion, number two people, they kind of extend their help to people without them asking for it. They have something very beautiful about their eyes. I mean, if you meet people who are number two, you can see a spark in their eyes, which you don't get to see in everybody's eyes. And the expression on their face, or you can, like, some people have stress on their face. They don't have that. They have a very warm look on their face. As I said before, that they are very good at whatever they do, but they do not make whatever they've planned out reach its end. They somewhere bring a stop to it. Goes against them because they're very good planners. They would come up with the best of ideas and very, very impressive and liked by everybody. But when the time comes to execute it, they would move back or find some excuse, get lazy about it, or put it for later. And due to this, they somehow do not manage to make whatever they've planned reach its certain point. Being very good at planning and very good ideas, very creative ideas, very imaginative. Their imagination can go out of the roof. It's so beautiful how far their imagination can reach. But as I said, they tend to sit back when they have to bring it into form. They don't have consistency. They have a very nice side to them, which is like they get very excited very fast when they're asked to do something or go out for some interesting thing, or maybe go out for a movie or something like that. But the thing is that if they are very happy and excited about something just now, maybe after a while, during that same phase, they would suddenly their mood would change, and people would not be able to relate to it. That why is this person suddenly so different as what the person was before, and now the person is a different person. As I told you, it's like the moon, it keeps changing its shape every day. So that affects the people of number two, that they also are not consistent with their uh, temperamental behavior or their mood swings. They have a lot of friends, and they like doing a lot for others. But then they have that temperamental issue, in which at times they are very happy, and the next moment maybe they are in depression, or some mood swing that comes and affects the entire relationship with somebody, because they're very possessive people. They, in a way, if they are in your life, they would want to be a part of your life, and would maybe at times you could call it interfering, that they would interfere in your lives and want to have a place in your life. And since they do a lot for people, expect it also back, that if we have done so much for somebody, because they are givers, they do a lot for people, but in the same manner they expect back also what they have not done for the other person, but in some way or the other the expectations are there, that the other should also do something for them whenever they need that person to do it. And because they expect back from the people that they've done for, at times it ruins their relationships, due to which those people do not meet up to the expectation. They are animal lovers, they love animals, because they have a very soft side to them. And you will usually get to see that number two people are very fond of animals, whether they are dogs, they will usually have pets in their house. And they have a very soft corner for animals, whether they're on the road or at home. They're very protective about animals, which of course shows that how emotional they are and how soft hearted they are. In the same way, they love children. They're very good at handling children. If you see a number one father, he would come and tell the child, get out of bed, you have to go to school. But if it's a number two father or parent, they will come with a lot of affection. They will wake up the child and coax the child to get out of bed and get ready and go to school, because they are very patient with children and they really love children a lot. So this is also a very good side of them, that they are very good parents. And because they have this trait in them, that depressive side to them, because if their mood swings are too much out of control, then they can go into depression also. Very number two people usually go into depression because of being very emotional. That is why. You must have seen that water and the moon have a connect. So you will usually see that number two people live near water. They will have something to do with water. Either there'll be a stream near their house, or there will be the beach near their house, the sea, or the oceans, or if their profession is related to water, they will do very well in it, because water and the moon are supposedly interconnected, and they have a very strong connect with each other. So usually number two people you will get to see live near water. And if they're doing business, they should usually do business in liquids, anything related to a liquid form, which would take them far. As I said, number two people are very creative, and they have those traits in them where they get a chance to show their art to people. So you usually get to see people in the artistic field, or maybe the film world, Like examples like Amitabh Bachchan, he's a number 11, so he comes to number 2. And Shah Rukh Khan is also a number 2, being very well placed in their profession. They are doing very well for themselves because of this artistic trait in them, that they surely have some skill, some talent, which they can, or if they get a chance to show it in the world, they can show it, and they have reasons for reaching up very high in life. So we'll continue with number 2 again in another video, where I'll tell you more about number 2. And till then, I hope you've seen my number 1. And those who haven't, I would really be very happy and delighted if you could see all the numbers. Of course, one likes to see the number they are themselves, but do see the one, if anybody is a number 1 and has missed it and not seen it as yet. So I'll be making my next video on number 3. Till then, we'll talk soon and discuss number 3. Okay, bye.